Hello. See if that works. Looks good. Oh, I look like a hobo. Other than that, it's all fine. Hello, everyone. It's Let's Talk EV. No bathroom edition. Yeah, it's too warm in here. It's 18 degrees. I heated up the place. Sorry. um, as usual, I will go through a bit of news, not too much. Then we talk about what happened this week. The whole, ooh, you have dirt in your eye. The whole media drive of the ID.4. That was fun. I want to talk about all the details, talk about the ID.4 at all. So everything in what happened with the ID.4, you can ask questions if I can't answer them. I don't know everything. Just drove it for 5 hours. And then Photostorm is here. Hello. And then we talk about, yeah, just ordered something. I got all the emails you ordered. And then talk about Me2 Software. And let's see how that works now till January, since we have from Wednesday on a lockdown in Germany, a full lockdown for Germany, so that car shops, for example, are closed, but workshops are open. So I don't know if an update is still okay or not. We'll see. But let's go through the news. It's just 3 things. And then, yeah, Finnegan is here too. And then we start. First, Mazda Mach-E in Germany has now price. So the small battery with rear-wheel drive will start with almost 47,000 euros. But it has 198 kilowatt power, 610 kilometers WLTP range. That's great. 88 kilowatt. Is it the same thing? No, that's a different one. It's 55,000 euro is the 88 kilowatt hour net capacity battery that gives you 610 kilometers of range. I contacted Ford so many times and never heard something good. Always comes in 2021. And what the 198 kilowatt is also with the all-wheel drive. Why is that? That's weird. Also of 54,000 euros. It's a lot of thing. And then there's the top model that has 258 kilowatt. That sounds interesting. 62,000 euros. It's a lot of money. And what do we have? Health. And at the end of 2021, there should be a GT version with 358 kilowatt. That would be fun. That sounds like fun. Next thing is that Audi just started producing the e-tron GT, and I saw one. The live stream saw it too. And when I was at Himmelkron on the way to Wolfsburg, there was a Porsche Taycan charging. Then he left, and literally 3 minutes later, Audi GT parked at the exact same spot. It's the exact same car. I'm sorry. Maybe inside is different, but from outside it looks exactly the same. I walked by and I saw that at 44% it charged with 150 kilowatt. So it's an 800 volt system, 700 something volt. I'm sure that's a very interesting car. It should be a bit cheaper than the Porsche, but I don't know why. So what's the difference? I have no idea. Next news is that Hyundai IONIQ 5 is being launched in early 2021. I emailed Hyundai if there would be a presentation for the IONIQ 5 and that I want to be there somehow, or a media drive or anything like this. That would be amazing, because I'm also personally interested in that car. Maybe in almost 3 years, maybe this will be my next car, or a different one that's in the IONIQ family, because I know Hyundai makes great efficient cars, and now with 800 volt system with great charging power, I think they're going in a great direction with their cars, and that's just interesting. Oh, Darren, I'm so sorry. I wanted to watch your live stream. I really did. I really did. and Jürgen even wrote us a message. Hey, Darren has a live stream. And then I looked over there, and but it was just time to walk dogs, and then we had dinner afterwards, and then it was over. So your live stream was over. So sad. What did you do? What did you talk about? Did the sound work this time? That would be interesting. Where were we? We're going on with IONITY. What's cool is that we have 316 chargers of IONITY, so charging sites are online. 360 will be done when those 44 that are in construction are done. So Volkswagen told me that IONITY, because of Corona, pushed back their target of having 400 chargers of end of this year. It will be the mid of 2021, and when I can see that it's only 84 chargers, I'm pretty sure they can do that. But let's look at the chargers that came with it. The one in Portugal that we were talked about, but that was 11 days ago. Didn't we have a live stream then? Did nothing new come along? When did we have a live stream? Was it last? No, it wasn't last week. It was 2 weeks ago. So this is still the one in Portugal, one in Spain. Yeah, at Wolfsburg. What went live the last 2 weeks? Sorry, 2 days ago in Spain, in France, again in France. France, what's going on? Italy, France, one in Germany, and that's it. Let's look at our map, IONITY map, and in my area, nothing new. I was up here in Wolfsburg, and there are 4 sites. I was at this one here, and I was at this one here, and those 2 they're just constructing. And let's look at Marcus single. It's not single, it's 2. It's on the highway. It's on each side, but that's in Portugal. I have to sneeze. Let's keep it in. Ireland doesn't get more, huh? No movement here. Britain a bit. France Spain is going crazy with new chargers, but they've been there for a while. France is good too. I'm still missing a few here to Caen. And Belgium is a bit empty here. Netherlands is good. Norway is good, of course. Look at that. And Sweden, the south of Sweden is good. Yeah. But that's it for the news. Not too much. Let's read what you guys said. Is there anything now? Hello, can you tell me a mirror screen from App Connect? Well, I already released a video about the whole Me2 software, and you can see the App Connect in there. I'm more interested in knowing what you talked to with Thomas Ulbrich. We talk about that too. They're very nice. Car similar door actuation to the Id.4. Oh, you're talking about that, yeah. Happy camper, good to see you again. It's okay, you're busy diva. Stream was perfect with sound too. Yeah, it's awesome. What, the one by my home is online? Whoa. I must check the charger. Which one was it? Where were we? Well, should we not show not that we show where you live, but it's not gonna be your home, just your town. Where? The one here in the south? No, you told me where it was. The Lumbres. Not Madrid, Barcelona. What do you have here? Where is it? Which one went live? One of those 6. And Marcus is here. The one in Portugal is being built. Drove past it today. What? Yeah, it's true. They work on Sunday, IONITY workers. Wow, the latest one in Spain. Oh, I have to look at the list then again. Was it this? Yeah. Live. In Spain here. 13 days building time. Wow. That's pretty good. 13 days. You want out again? Yes, of course. I'm going to grid surf on January 2nd. Live stream will be on in the afternoon. Cool. He's all out doing stuff. There you go, my boy. Okay. Let's talk about the media drive. How many people that we have here? 100 people. You're crazy on a Sunday evening. It's called Imargoin. Okay, cool. So, Id.4 Media Drive. What happened? A few weeks ago, I can't even remember when, my Volkswagen person told me we have a little plan. We want to invite you to drive the Id.4. And I said, that would be amazing. Please. And he said, yeah, not just the normal press people, they will come, of course. Also, normal YouTubers that usually don't go to those things. We want to change that and have you there. And I said, yes, that's amazing. And then, I don't know, a few weeks, I think 3 weeks ago, I can't remember, he told me the date that I should keep free. And then I started teasing my Patreons with numbers, with the kilometers that it is to drive there, and how many days it is, and stuff like this. It was fun, but because I then got the invitation from Volkswagen, nice email with all the stuff I had to sign and send back. First of all, Corona stuff. I have to sign that I have not been in contact with someone who is Corona positive in the 2 weeks before I was there, and that I'm not sick. I had to sign this. And then I had to sign an embargo agreement that I cannot tell anyone about the whole event, especially what happened there, until, what was it, Friday, December 11th, so 2 days ago at 1 p.m. And so I was trying to keep that up and not get into trouble and do that. And so I couldn't tell anyone. And then I took 3 days off, Wednesday to Friday. And on Wednesday I drove there. There was the live stream, 7 hours. And I think it went pretty good. I drove 130 to 140. Yes, Germany is going back into lockdown from this Wednesday on because we had a partial lockdown, but the numbers didn't change too much, and so government said we're going to do that. We have the normal lockdown in Passau, and now it's in whole Bavaria, but I don't go out unless it's for work, so it doesn't affect me at all. And I don't drink and stuff like this. So hey, Marty's here too, cool. So many people. Yes, and so I drove there 7 hours. Like I said, there will be a video about the drive there, seeing the Id.4, and then the drive back. It's 25 minutes of boringness, right, Patreons? The Patreons already have seen all the videos except for one that I still have to edit. There will be 5 videos, 6? I think 6. And you have seen 2. So the Id.4 consumption test and the Me2 Software video, and then there will be a few more on my Patreon. I have edited them already and uploaded them. Well, I can go to Wolfsburg because it's my job. I have a business. This YouTube is a business, and so I'm allowed to go to work and drive to Wolfsburg. That's okay. I emailed you about the new software, battery percent, always on instrument console. Yeah, where do you get that picture from? Yeah, he sent me a picture of the IDI with 67% or something and the range. But we Golf production will be stopped because of supply problems. Volkswagen IDC production too? I have no idea. Nobody talked to me about that. No idea. And so I drove the 7 hours there, arrived at 5:30 or something. Then got to the reception of the hotel, got my stuff, met Next Move, Stefan, the boss of Next Move, right away. He came there with the MG ZSEV, and he said he had big problems because he hates the car. He's ginormous, he's 2 meters tall, and he said he can adjust anything the way that he can fit into the car. The steering wheel is in his knees. His head is horrible. It's not fun to drive, and they had a problem. They were charging, and then he wanted to drive. He put it into drive. The car rolled forward, but when he gave acceleration pedal, nothing happened, and so they had to shut down the car and do the whole thing again. And at some point, it worked. And so that was a bit weird. Oh, sorry. Brought my ID.3 Max to dealer Tuesday because of the known bugs. They started updating on Wednesday. Was still not finished end of Friday. Okay. Do you think that the ID.4 with the 458 kilowatt battery will do 250 kilometers in all UK conditions, rain or lower than 10 degrees? We talk about ID.4 in a second. Yeah. Cat is back. In and out. You don't know what you want, huh? In and out. Do. Come here. There you go. Go show the people who you are. Bad cat. Mm. And so where was I? And then like I said, I met with Stefan from Next Move. We talked a bit. We talked about the ID.3 that I have it back because it was in the workshop for 2 weeks, and talked about his experience with the ID.3. Then Schwungvoll came, and we talked with him a bit. I had a certain Björn from Norway would be okay to do a video with you one day eventually when you're driving 1600 kilometers there. Yeah, I still don't trust him. If you really would want to do that at some point when I'm going there, there must be a reason to do that. So he must have something interesting that he wants to do with me or whatever. We'll see about that. I don't trust it yet. And then Volkswagen people came and talked to us how it will all work, and they told us before. So I got a plan what's happening, and before the plan was that on Friday is a dinner, and then on Friday. On Wednesday is dinner at 7 p.m. and then on Thursday in the morning at 9 a.m. we get the car, and then at noon we meet again, and then Thomas Ulbrich would come. He's the member of the board of Volkswagen in the area of electromobility. And in the beginning I was, what do I do with this guy? I have no idea who that guy is. I don't know anything. And then my a good friend, he's already a good friend at Volkswagen who's in contact with me about everything. He told me, you have to talk to him and you have to ask him everything you want to know. Yeah, because he is the deciding one. He really said that. He said, if we are telling him, do you want this? So you want this in the car? Do you want not this in the car? He's the one at the end who's deciding what really gets into the car. So if you want to suggest something or tell him something, you should do that. And so, okay, I was a bit more, that sounds more interesting. And this was how the schedule was, and then we would drive with the ID.4 again. But it changed because Thomas Ulbrich was busy on Thursday, and so we had the dinner on Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. with him. And that was amazingly interesting because the restaurant, of course, is closed due to Corona reasons. Stop playing with this thing again. Stop it. And and then they opened for us and they put the biggest table ever, and there were only 6 people sitting there. So me, Schwungvoll, he's a German YouTuber of electric cars. He got an ID.3 as well. He put it lower and put stickers on it and stuff like that. Get a 4 button, that's true. I'm itchy here. And then Next Move with a cameraman, and then Thomas Ulbrich and some other guy who would be looking that he doesn't say anything that we should not know, I guess. It was about that. Nearly at the chairweight, it's true, another 300 something. I got 100 more subscribers in the last 2 days, so we're getting there to the 10K. I hope it's before the end of this year. If it goes like this, it should be next week, but we'll see. It was an interesting video with the ID.4. And so we met at the restaurant, and then he arrived, I think, 20 minutes later. And then he just came and said what he does and how this is going to work. And he stayed there for 2.5 hours with us, with 3, especially with me, Schwungvoll, me and Schwungvoll, very small YouTubers. Schwungvoll has like 11 or 13,000 subscribers, and me with 9,600. Next Move has, I think, 60 or 70,000 already. They're big. but us tiny YouTubers talking to the boss of the electromobility part of Volkswagen, it was pretty cool. I don't know when the Audi Q4 e-tron starts. I have no idea. I have nothing to do with Audi. They don't want me. I always contact them that I would like an e-tron or anything, and they always say no. So I'm guessing I'm too small for them. I have to increase. I had 15% of my subscribers on the live stream. Nobody else can claim that. That's true. Darren, you're a master. And so, like I said, he came, introduced himself, and then we asked him anything about ID.4. He said what the ID.4 has, about Me2 software, about what the software will get soon, how the whole process works, and what they did not, and why, and what will come later maybe, and stuff like this, and but he couldn't put a time on it. It was very interesting, really awesome, huge deal. He's one of the big uncles in Kahuna. Yeah, did you fix sound issue? Yes, he did. Yeah, it was a very fancy restaurant, so we got like 3 courses, soup, the main course in what wasn't too much. Yes, Audi doesn't like me because of the e-tron video. It's possible. But what I wanted to say, the food was just nothing. It was so tiny, I was hungry afterwards. It was not a lot of food. Yeah, this with the fancy food, huh? It looked all fancy and was good, but it was nothing. I was hungry afterwards. But we, like I said, we discussed a lot. Then we went into a different room where there was an ID.4 in this yellow gold, and it had the sport seats, the one that the ID.3 will get too. And we tried everything out. We tried the Me2 software in there. He talked about the route planner with the charging stops, how that all is. And we looked at the ID.4 in detail and everything, because I have looked at the ID.4 before in detail. You know, when I was in Dresden a few months ago, I was sitting in the ID.4. I shouldn't have, but I did. I'm so mean. I didn't drive it, but I was in there and I knew most of the things that I saw this last few days. But again, it was nice to see it all and to try it everything, and to see how the Me2 software is working, because, you know, I'm getting it hopefully soon. I already, yeah, that was a big thing with Me2 software. So we talk about it in a second. You change Walter into ID.4? No, for many reasons. Is it easier to reset the IDC consumption display with the Me2 software? You haven't watched my video. There's a video out since yesterday about the Me2 software. This is all in there. How different is ID.4 now than in Dresden? Well, in Dresden it was all covered up. The seats were, I saw that the seats had memory function, but the steering wheel was all closed, and I saw that the display was bigger. I already saw that in Dresden. The big difference is that the ID.4 in Dresden had the small battery, and the one that we drove and that we saw has the big battery. That's it. Stefan, oh my god. Yeah, so I guess it would change Walter for the new Citroen Ami. Yeah, of course. I still haven't seen that car, that Citroen Cami. What, Ami? How does it look like? Oh my god! No, I will change that. I'm not sitting in that. I'm gonna die. Darren never asked you, what's your job? I know that. He's don't tell me, you drive the extremely big trucks with stuff in the back, right? Am I right? Can I still remember that? You told me when you were here. You know me with memory. Yeah, but so really the whole thing was amazing. And then afterwards we met with other Volkswagen people, like from the First Movers Club, and I so wanna do a video about that because they told me what's going on behind the scenes. And I read what's happening in the First Movers Club Facebook group, and they explained why it is Facebook and not something else. They explained why, when somebody is saying something, what's happening behind the curtain, really behind the scenes, what they have to do, that they have briefings every week about every error that's being reported in the First Movers Club group. Every error, they talk about everything, they bring it to the developers. The problem is always, well, it's not a problem, but you cannot react too fast when you have such a big company behind it. And every answer that they have, that they want to bring out, the law department has to say, this is fine, you can say that, or this is not okay, you have to change it, and this can be mentioned and this not. Then there's the thing how to contact the person who has the error, because they are, Volkswagen is not allowed to contact a dealer, Volkswagen dealer. They're not allowed to do that, so they have to ask permission from the guy who has the, or the woman who has the error, to contact the dealer to get the VIN and all of this. It's all law stuff. It's a big company and they cannot do anything weird. That's good, huh? They did something weird in the past, but it's just all stuff that they're not allowed to do. And so that's why you see on a lot of errors the exact same message, because so we have read your complaint, we will give it to our developers, we're sorry you experienced this problem, because this is just a message that's being approved by the law, but by the law department at Volkswagen, and that's why it is happening that way. It's just easier than to write something else that the law department has to say it's okay to say. But still, they're doing really a lot. The developers are happy to get the feedback, what's happening, and I talked to the other YouTubers about it, and like I said, I really want to make a video about it. I will look like the biggest Volkswagen fan ever, but I have to do it because I think it's just amazing that a car manufacturer is creating a platform where people can complain about their cars and telling what's not working. That means that it's been raised into public. Hello, he's gonna play now, it's gonna be loud. So it's not a closed or a private forum where people are saying something. This is made by Volkswagen. If somebody says, hey, I have a 12-volt problem, and then 50 come with a 12-volt problem, then other people who will get these messages too will say, maybe I don't buy an ID.3 when it have this problem. So it's a risky business. and I talked to Stefan from Next Move about, and he says Tesla is exactly the opposite. They don't talk to anyone. They cannot get in contact with anyone from Germany, because Germany, Tesla cannot say anything unless California Tesla is allowing them to speak. So it's really, I think that they're doing a few good things. Not everything's perfect. The 12-volt battery drain problem should never happen, because it's a known issue with a lot of EVs, and this should not happen in the development of a car, electric car nowadays. It should not. That's my opinion, and yes, and it's annoying. And today I thought I had the 12-volt drained again. I went down and wanted to unlock Walter, and nothing happened. And I thought, okay, it's empty again. Damn it! I have to get the booster, which is in the trunk, so I have to do anything. Then we went back up, and I got my keys, not the keys of my wife that I have in my hand. And with my keys, it worked, and it wasn't empty. It's working fine. No warning or anything. Any news about the heat pump problems? What are the heat pump problems? You mean about the consumption that Next Move saw? Because I have seen a difference. The heat pump is using a different, not CO2, now what is it? Not the poisonous thing, they're using something different. That's what we talked about. He's having fun. I don't know what there's a problem. I don't have a heat pump, so I don't mind. My heat works fine, and it takes a lot of power. Yes, but that's what we did on Wednesday. Then I slept till 6 a.m. I charged my Walter there, because he just needs a rest from the long drive. Me? Oh, the Darren needs a rest. Where is your smoking jacket? Well, it's warm enough, so I don't have my bathrobe on. I'm sorry. So next day morning, I got up and Volkswagen put have you seen that charger that I showed at the ID.3 Deutschland tour in Oberstdorf the first day? It's a portable charger, so it's a power bank with 192 kilowatt hours of batteries in there, where 2 cars can charge with 100 kilowatt, and they had one of those there, and I charged Walter there. Walter was extremely cold. When I plugged it in at 20%, I only got 40 kilowatt, but it was full in no time. I put it to 100%. I wanted Walter to be full when they use CO2 instead of, the reason is enough for me to order it. Okay, cool. I had no idea that they do that. I didn't spend time on that, but they said that this was hard to pull off, but they wanted to do that, and let's hope that the cat doesn't chew any electric cables. He's not a chewer. He's okay. And he's gone. He was done playing. Your 120 kilometer IDT was fantastic. It was 110 and 130, but yeah, it was slower than average speed. Yeah, now I have to ask them when I can get an ID.4 for longer to do my Rockobi test, 1,000 kilometer challenge, and drive it empty at 90 and 130 kilometers an hour. That will be fun. And then a full charging test, but it should be the same as ID.3 Pro S. It should be exactly the same, I think. Now you're back playing again. Yeah. Well, come. Go jump. No, they're not. It's gonna come in a second. I know him. There we go. Yeah, it's Finnegan, by the way. You didn't know. And thank you, Marcus. Yeah, the test, it wasn't perfect because it was so busy. And there were a few kilometers where I couldn't drive 130. It's just hard to do that somewhere where you're not familiar with. I know my Rockobi test, and then I can compare it to the other cars. Except for the temperature and the weather. Do you prefer ID.4 before ID.3? No, and I will tell you in a second. Have you shown the picture I sent you? I have not shown. No. Ding. Did you send me that? I thought Jürgen sent me those pictures. Oh no, you meant the meeting up with what's his face? The two ID.3s by side. There's a weight difference because the ID.4 has the 77 kilowatt hour battery. Weight difference between Pro S and ID.4 will be not too much. What the same? OG your cat. I don't know what the same OG your cat means. Any chance to test Skoda Enyaq? I'm working on it. I contacted Skoda. They said somewhere somewhere at 2021, and I have someone at Volkswagen who said he will contact them too, and he said they didn't get back to him. So we'll see. Where is it empty? No issues. My T-shirt not arrived yet. Oh, do people not like CO2-based HVAC system because they're actually a big improvement, just technically more demanding, complicated. So here's Garage video review of ID.3 said it was important car, but more issues with infotainment freezing. I've never had a problem with infotainment freezing at all. I had errors that come when you get into the car. Any plans for a road trip with the ID.3 like Tesla, Björn? I did many road trips. I think the Wolfsburg trip was a road kit. What the name OG your cat? It's Finnegan. I said it a few times. You don't listen. Complain about the people watching. Okay, next day, like I said, charged, then breakfast, then met with Schwungvoll and next move again. And then at 9 they picked us up. We went into the ID.4 room again, and they explained everything about the ID.4 that we should know. So details, what will come out, what's happening, and I will tell you in a second. And then we got a lunch package. You can decide what you want to eat of 3 things and what you want to drink. And then we got a lunch package in a paper bag. And then they gave me a key to the car. I could say what color I want. There were 4 or 5 colors. There was, like I said, the yellow, gold, blue, the white, then a dark gray and a black, I think. Did they talk about other future models? No, they did not. It was all about ID.4. Everything else is still. We asked about the bus and where will the bus be built, and it's all bus. It's not all set in stone where everything is going to be built. They just know what factories will be changed into building electric cars and stuff. Like the brake they're going to bring out. Yes, it's all the next thing that will come out. I don't even know. I think it's the shooting brake. Yes, next year at some point. And if my connection to Volkswagen will stay as good as it is right now, because they all told me, and I mean all 3-4 people told me that that Volkswagen really likes me. I don't know why, because I bring up stuff that's not good too. So the problems with my ID.3, that it died, that my most viewed videos where people just put in their "I hate Volkswagen and Volkswagen sucks, I knew it, why did you get this car, why not a Model 3, why not this, why not a Kia," and so on. So I don't know why, but they said they really like me, and they said if you can select at what cities you have the most views, I'm sure it's Wolfsburg, that they told me, and I was okay. That's nice that you like me. And maybe I get that shooting brake to test out as well. That would be awesome. But then I test drove the car from there. They gave us a few routes that we can drive. Not that we have to drive, but they said if you want to check, that's a nice drive for corners. That's a 60 minutes drive to do this. That's a 40-minute drive to do that, to test. Charger is here if you want to test charging, and so on. And I said, no, I just want to go and drive. I will find something. And then I went on a highway, drove a bit, got a feel of the car. Then I stopped somewhere, did the drone footage that you've seen with my first car. Have you got Apple CarPlay in the ID.4 with the Me2 software? Yes, in mine not yet, because I still have the old one. But I don't use Apple products, so I don't know. So there are only 3 or 4 workers working for Volkswagen if you're friends with all. That's true. ID.4 will be really interesting. Who are spies watching now? Yes, I'm pretty sure they're not spies, but they're just... And I've heard it so many times. I mean, yes, that they like me. I don't know why. I don't know what I do. Does anyone have pictures of ID.3 in silver, normal daylight, no special pictures for a brochure? No. Why would you admit your spy life? Weight difference between ID.3 Pro and ID.4 is 195 kilo. Really? It's that much? Huh. Do you have a juice booster? No. Would you recommend getting one with the ID.3? Thanks so much, Chris. Love your channel and videos. It all depends if you come in the situation where you need it. I don't do that. So if you go somewhere where there is no normal 22 kilowatt charger, AC type 2 or DC charger, and you just have normal sockets, so either 16 amp, 32 amp or 3-phase 32 amp, then you need it, but otherwise not. And I will be testing something like the juice booster soon from Metron. They sent me the cable, and I will be my first sponsored video. They sent me a type 2 cable and the charger, what I just said. They just sent me it and I can keep it, but I have to make a video about it and tell you what I think of it. And they don't tell me what to say. If I don't like it, I can say that. Thank you that you liked the drone footage. I had like 20 minutes because it rained. Then it stopped raining and I did the drone footage, and then it rained the rest of the day almost. So everyone likes a diva, that's true. Is the software buggy still? I didn't find any, I didn't experience any bugs in the 5 hours that I drove the ID.4. But Stefan from Nextmove, his car, he said that the travel assist pulled into the middle, into the other road. Mine did not. But I also don't trust travel assist or autopilot, everything. I always have my hand there, and if it pulls in a direction that I don't like, I pull it back. So for me, that's I just don't use it. Driving my ID.3 since November 3rd, love it. Drive it every day, every kilometer I can find, even to the bakery around the corner. Yeah, that's me. Love your channel. Thank you very much, Dutchie's Tech and EV. Complex software is never without bugs, that's true. Do they have revealed the rear seats of the 77 kilowatt ID.3? That's out for a long time. You're too late. Have you never seen that? You can Google that. Just put in ID.3 Pro S rear seats. No rope. Has it warmed up? Yes, it's 17.6 now because the door is open for the cat. It's getting colder. When it gets too cold, I would do it. I have a juice booster and it works fine. No, it works fine, but it's expensive for something if you need it. Where was the big explosion at the start of the video? I was waiting for bombs going up. No, will Volkswagen provide travel assist as viable option in the first version? Yeah, I wanted to ask that and I totally forgot. I asked Volkswagen, a different Volkswagen guy about that, and he said he has to ask and never came back to me with that, because I wanted to know that too. Is this a software thing or a hardware thing? I mean, the button for the travel assist is not there in the first and the Plus. Still, I think I would like the travel assist now for me when I do videos, because it's so easy to film something when I don't have to concentrate so much for 10 seconds on steering. What do you say about the charging speed upgrade? 107 kilowatt not being rolled out over the air, but being an option that was be bought on future models. The 107 kilowatt thing, we talked about this with Thomas Ilbrich. It's not. It will stay 125 for the big battery and 100 for the small battery until they get more data of cars being used and they see that the batteries are healthy, everything is fine after, I don't know, a year, whatever the time will be for them, and then they can, or they're testing cars for themselves too, and then they maybe think, okay, maybe we increase the speed, but nothing is planned. This is a rumor. This is not being thing. And the when it comes to over-the-air bets, yes or no, we will talk about this in a second about Me2. Let's talk about Me2 software. So I made a video. You've seen that. Maybe I didn't say everything because I'm stupid and I was focused on the Id.4, but I wanted to do it in a car that has the Me2 software. So ME stands for Markteinführung, which means getting into the market. I'm guessing. I drove the Id.4 first edition Max. Yes. Standard LED light are good. Have LED first. Yes, I'm pretty sure they're good. And there's two different things here that you have to think of. The normal software that everyone is waiting for from the first mover. So when you were a pre-booker, you can decide, being a first mover, get unfinished software, get the full software in January. This will still be the same. This will not change, because the software that's being rolled out right now, the 2.0, is not the final software or the beginning software as it should be. 2.1, which comes in January. 2.0 that's coming out right now has a lot of features already that 2.1 has, but not all of them, and this is mostly a bug fix for people who have experienced a lot of big problems. The 12-volt battery drain, or a car not able to drive and stuff like this. So if you are if you have an ID.3 and you have big problems and you don't want to wait till January to get the final software for the final starting software, then you can go to a dealer and say, I have big problems, I cannot drive, my battery, a 12-volt battery is dead, or whatever is happening. Not the airbag thing, or that your sunroof doesn't work, or your rear view camera doesn't work. That's not a vital error. So something where the car doesn't function, where you can't drive. And 2.0 is the one that you can get right now. Takes 8 hours, then it's updated, and then you get the following. You get App Connect already, which means Android Auto via cable or wirelessly. Apple CarPlay, and I don't know if it was wirelessly as well. I'm sorry, I don't have an Apple phone and I couldn't connect, so it doesn't tell me that. You get the route planner, the basic route planner that I showed in my video, where it puts in the charging, but you cannot say, you can't do anything yet. It's very simple. You just put in your charging limit, and this is how far it will charge each time when it's planning a charging stop. You can also not set what charger it should be, and if it's IONITY or something else. All of this is not in there yet. The starting process is way smoother. So I did not see once the Id.4 logo and Volkswagen welcome. It was always there right away. The instrument cluster worked perfectly. the middle screen to do something was sometimes a bit laggy, but not extremely. And it seemed like it has to load something. When it was there, then it was fine. So that was okay. What else you get? You get already get car to X. What else? Help me. Now with the 2.0 you already get preheating while charging. Right now, so the battery. Right now the battery is not preheating or preconditioning when you're charging. It's only doing that when you're preheating the car. So with your app or where scheduled preheating, it will preheat the car. No, maybe not when it's plugged in, because you only get 2 kilowatt from the charger. Maybe it has to be on an 11 kilowatt charger or via the app, not being plugged in. Then it's using no, 570 is not the right one. It's 783. 0783 is the 2.0 version. And so this, you get that. What else was in there? Yeah, of course, if you have a Max, then you get the augmented reality head-up display, and I made a very nice video about that. Again, Patreon's already seen the video. I think it turned out pretty good that you can see that. It was very hard to film that because you cannot connect anything, otherwise you can't drive. If you have a camera pointed there while you're driving, that's dangerous. So it was very hard to film that, but it worked, and I had to zoom in and be stable so it's not shaking around. There was work to do that, but I think I pulled it off pretty good. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, and the 2.0 plus other bug fixes will be the 2.1 plus over-the-air updates. 2.0 will not have over-the-air updates. So that means if you can't wait and you beg your dealer, please put 2.0 on there right now, even though you don't have any problems. That means in January you have to do the same thing again to get 2.1. Then you have over-the-air updates, and then except when there would be a major big update that cannot be done over the air, because Thomas Ulrich told me there are levels of what they allow to be updated. You cannot go to the core, it would be way too unsafe. This is a car, not a phone, so if something breaks, that's not good. And so it's different levels where updates can be done. And maybe if there is something extremely deep, then you have to go to the dealer, but it's not planned yet. So normally after the 2.1, this is over the air updates. When they select that your car can have that update, then you get a message and it will download it, and then you just select install. So again, if you don't have major problems, don't get the 2.0, because then you have to do it twice, and just for App Connect, it's just for 1 month or whatever it is. And they're also doing this to get a bit of a spread out, since all the dealers in their workshops have to update those cars. So 30,000 cars in Europe, and it takes a day to do that, and nobody has time to have 8 ID.3s in their workshop, so it will be 1 or 2 or whatever that are updating, and because it's so many cars, it takes some time. Did you fix the problem with Spotify on Android Auto? It wasn't a problem. I know you told me that you have to do the auto start, and I turned it on, but since then I didn't have an Android Auto car in my hand, so no. In my opinion, Travel Assist only needs the front radar and camera. Both is built in every ID.3. Yeah, I hope so. That would be nice. Spent 2 days trying to get my reservation for ID.4 in USA. The software for ordering is not that robust. Oh, I'm so sorry. On some old interview, someone from Volkswagen said Travel Assist in Tucson climate will be purchasable options for over the air. I can't find it anymore though. Okay. What about heat pump, high winter consumption? Any work being done on that? Not that we didn't talk about that. Winter is a high consumption, and I said it so many times, but other people don't believe me. I don't think the ID.3 is a very efficient car. I think it's okay for the range and the power it gives me and how I sit in it. I'm totally fine with it, even with the PTC heater. I mean, I drove 7,000 kilometers in 1,200 kilometers in 2 days with 1 to 3 degrees, and I had the heat on the whole time at 23, 24 degrees. I was okay with it, and my consumption was high. The end was, I think, 250 or so, but the charging was every time 100 kilowatt, and the longest charging stop was, I think, 46 minutes one time, where I had to charge, where I arrived with 5%, I had to charge to over 80. But other than that, so I'm okay with that. But I don't have a heat pump. But we didn't talk about that, if there's anything that has to be done or whatever. Good drone footage also. Thank you. Have you seen grid service electric forecourt 36 charge forecourt in UK that's now open? Yeah, I've seen a picture of that, but not what the outcome was. If everything worked. I have no idea. So, but that was Me2. So, yeah. Again, if you need, if you don't have a broken car, so like mine with the 12-volt battery drain, where when it's standing 2 days in the garage, you're hoping it still works tomorrow, but you don't know, get the update now, the 2.0. If there's not a big thing, wait for the 2.1. There's a lot of global enthusiasm for the ID.4. I wonder how much delay will occur in production. No idea. I just know that ID.4 in the States will come in March. In Europe, it will start now. So 1,000 ID.4s should be delivered to customers in December already in Europe. Maybe just Germany? No, I think it was Europe. Do you know if there's also an update planned for the WeCharge ID app with new added feature? I think it was pretty basic in the beginning. There already was an update for the WeCharge. It's not WeCharge, it's WeConnect ID app. ID.4 will go to production week 8. Well, not in Germany. In Germany, the production already started. They already have cars waiting for the customers for delivery. So the WeConnect ID app is getting updated, so every month or so, getting new features. And right now, Apple and Android both have now the features that you can send a route to the car and something else. They added something else, but this only works when you have version 2.0, 2.1. So this will not work till then. Especially when Harry drove now in winter. I had my winter range. It was at 130 kilometers. In summer was 280, so I think 200 kilometers in winter with my ID.3. It's totally understandable. You have to watch my Rockobi test with the summer tires when it's cold, because what I did, I drove the Rockobi test, my normal route, at 14.5 degrees, and then I drove it, I think 2 weeks later, when it was 2 degrees, and I had, I think, 20 or 30% more consumption with the exact same setup, heat off. The heating was not on. So just because the temperature is cold, 14 to 2 degrees, I had 30%, I can't remember, I made a video, maybe it was 25, more higher consumption. And then there's the heat on top, which is also, I would say, depending on the heat, with my car, it's 1.5 to 2 kilowatt. Heat pump, it's 1 to 1.5 kilowatt per hour that you're using. And then the winter tires, not just more grip for the cold, it's also a softer rubber, and it usually means a bit of higher consumption. Depends on what summer tires you are. I mean, when you have 20-inch summer tires and then you go to 18-inch winter tires, maybe the difference is not that big, but I have the exact same size, so I think for me winter consumption is extremely higher than it is. Like if it is a lot, how's your ID.3? ID.3 is fine, is in a garage. I thought today that the 12-volt battery was dead, but the key for my wife didn't work, even though the LED lit up. And that's why I thought, why would the battery be off? But the key detects the car, but I couldn't unlock. Then I used my key and it worked fine. I don't know what it was. Cold battery has high internal resistance. That's possible. That's possible. So do you suggest that a heat pump is a must? No. It's not a must. It all depends how you drive, and if, let's say, 15 watt hours per kilometer consumption is something for you that's so important that you need it. What I don't like about the heat pump are two things. First of all, it's loud. When it's on, it's really loud. It's not just the fan of your climate, it's the fan of the heat pump that has to pump a lot, and you can hear the fan ramping up. And when it's really doing full work, the heat pump, when you start the car and heat up the car the first time, even the steering wheel is a bit vibrating. And I didn't like that. My car, nothing happens. That's just how it is. Why don't you get a Tesla? Wouldn't Model 3 be interesting? No! I said it 200 times here on the channel. Model 3 is an amazing car, amazingly efficient, amazing power, amazing software. It's all great. But what I don't like personally, you may think differently, what I don't like for myself is the seating position in the Model 3. I sit extremely low, and to get in and out of the car is also low. No, the Standard Range Plus is almost the same price as my car was. So the money is not the issue with Model 3 or ID.3. Like I said, the seating position is very low, very to the back, so a bit to the back. Then the battery bump is right under the seat, so this is where I love to put my feet. That's just an habit of mine, and I like to do that. In the Model 3 I can't, in the ID.3 I can, and for me that's just something nice. And another thing was the steering wheel feel. First of all, I don't like the steering wheel in the Model 3, but I could get used to it. But my worst thing was that even in sport mode for steering, it feels too soft for me, and it feels like the car is moving when driving, especially with above 130 kilometers an hour. It's not, oh my god, this is horrible, I can never drive this car. But if I drive a car that can do that for the same money, and I prefer how I sit in the ID.3, a tiny bit higher, no battery bump underneath, then I do that. And also the ride in the Model 3 is a bit more sporty. In the Model 3, in the ID.3, it's more soft. And I just, for me, driving ID.3 is more comfortable and more to my liking than a Model 3. But again, it's an extremely efficient car. If you have to drive like the 700 kilometer drive that I did on Wednesday and Thursday, I'm pretty sure I would have been 45 minutes or maybe even an hour faster in the Model 3 than with the ID.3, because it charges faster and it uses less energy. Need to calculate this in. That's true. If the insurance is higher, that's also something. Has no steering wheel heater. Yeah, the Model 3 doesn't have steering wheel heater, but do I need that? And some models do, don't they? I thought some Model 3s have, but I use it in my ID.3 maybe once a day for a minute. I have the car in the garage and I have preheating scheduled for 6:30. Then it's warm, and then the steering wheel is, because it's 24 degrees in the car, it's fine with me. Who knows, maybe the 30,000 Model 2 will suit you next time you choose a new car. Maybe, who knows? We'll see about that. Let's go to what Thomas Ulbrich told us in the whole talking that we did with him. Were a few things that were interesting. Let's go through a bit that I asked and what others asked. So number one that I asked, will the range display be the same? So in my ID.3 I drive 130 on a no elevation, just straight, and I have a range display, and then I drive, and I do this for an hour, and then I drive 1 kilometer a bit uphill and the range changes, and it's, for me that's too fast, because that hill is done in a minute, and then the range display is different, and I don't want that. It should be slower. It should be when I'm driving 5 minutes uphill, then maybe it can change. And he said it was a decision they had to do. Okay, either we change it slow, and then people get into trouble because they don't know the car, and then it doesn't do what they want it to. The range is not correct, or we do it fast, have a bit more safety in there, and we're very conservative with the car. He said that so many times, that Volkswagen is very conservative with the car and everything. And that brings me to software. They said that, for example, plug and charge should come at the end of 2021, implemented in the software. Then version 3.0, that should come in there, that they're planning on this. Then Spotify should come in the ID.3, but no idea when. What else? We have to talk about everything. Regen, I want to talk about that in a second. Yeah, we talked about the software in ID.4, the planning. The planning should get more and more accurate. So right now, Route Planner with 2.0 software is, like I said, very little. You just set the charge limit, and this is how long it will, to what charge limit it will charge at each stop. But there will be more options in the future. There won't be ever things like elevation and temperature, because it was too much for them right now. Maybe in the, well, I won't say ever, but right now that's not planned when it comes to that. But they want to put in what state of charge do you want to charge there, what charger you want to use, at what state of charge you want to arrive, and stuff like this. They want to make it better. Do you mean a Cybertruck? Chris doesn't like SUVs, so it's going to be difficult. Yeah, I'm not a big SUV fan. No, they will release a new car in 2022, below 30K engineered. So yeah, I know that. Do you like David Hasselhoff's latest video clip? Yes, I didn't watch it. I'm sorry. I'm horrible. I don't do anything, huh? You sent me something, I don't do it. Yeah, the same with the Japanese thing. I didn't Google it. I'm sorry. Do they plan to bring Alexa into ID.3 like the e-Golf? They already have Hello ID, and this will at some point be connected like that, maybe. Maybe it will be the same thing. Another thing that we asked, and we got an understandable answer, and this is a trade-off that you have to decide if you want that. Regen. I told my patrons already about it. Okay, regen in the ID.3. Right now, when you step off the accelerator pedal in B, you get 1.6 meters per second square, or is it the other way around? Who knows what it is? Wow, you got blocked, Marcus. When you said that, it asks me to allow it or not. Ooh, sensitive. And they can increase it to 1.9, but in testing it showed with the rear wheel drive, so to have a safe drive, you can only have regen, of course, where the motor is. So in the ID.3 it's in the rear wheels, and so the car doesn't do this when it just brakes on the rear wheels, not on the front wheels. There's a limit, and the limit is 1.9 meters per square second, or is it meters by second square? You know, acceleration. The physics people, I knew that once when I was in school, and 1.9 is the maximum it can do on a normal road. 1.6 is, it's still safe even if the road is slippery. So when there's a bit of ice, or if it's wet, something like this, it's still okay. And that's why it's still it will not increase. Regen will not increase. If they wanna introduce one pedal driving, it has to work with the, thank you, it's meters per second square. That's the stuff. If, then it must be with the friction brakes. It cannot be with regen in the back. This is the downside of having a motor in the back. It feels amazing when accelerating, when because it feels so free. It is amazing that you get an amazing turning circle and stuff like this, but the downside is you cannot have extremely a high regen in the back. If you want that, that's why you have regen to a limit, and then when you press the brake you get more regen because it uses the motor but also the friction brakes. That's how it is. He explained that, and I get it that they don't want accidents to happen because someone is putting their pedal from the from the accelerator pedal, and then too much regen, and it could be happening something. It was just done in testing, and they say this is the safe thing they can do. The only thing, like Inigo is saying right now, is to use the friction brakes. And for me, I would be the same. They can do that. I would like that. Yeah, it's negative acceleration. It's fine. Meters per second square is fine because it's deceleration then, and it's still the same thing. It's minus 1.6 meters per second square, and 1.9 could be possible, but they put it to 1.6 because it's safe. So this will not come more regen. What else? I think that's it. Somebody said something that I was like, yeah, it's true, we should talk about that. What was it? I thought someone that said something where that's true. How did you sync the second key of your wife? I didn't. I just used mine. I didn't do anything. I think we have to put it in the middle, in the key at some point, and do it. But she never drives with it, so it's okay. There was something. Yeah, the kilowatt thing. And that was the thing with we told him, hello, we need in the charging screen kilowatt, how much kilowatt it's charging. He said they don't do that, and we strongly disagreed, but they don't do it because this is a car for the masses, and they already know that the normal Volkswagen buyer is 55 years old. Not 55, but close. And no, the double. I think that the all-wheel drive regen, then it has to be balanced. But of course, it could be stronger. That's true. But there will never be. It's not planned to have an all-wheel drive ID.3. ID.4, yes, of course. What about Brexit? So he said the car is first of all for a bit older. And that also 80% will be people the next year buying ID.3 that have never driven an EV. And they think that it's better to have a screen that says 7 kilometers per minute. So when they think they need 50 kilometers more range, they can see, okay, this takes 7 minutes and a bit. I want that. And we disagreed because as EV people we said we want to see kilowatts, so we don't have to get out of the car and look at the charger. Just make it a thing where I can press it and then we can see it. Especially when we want to see in detail exactly when the speed is getting lower and we have to change charger because something is not right, or when we want to leave and stuff like this. What I have noticed with me driving long distance, so now right now is exactly like Taycan was the same. I don't know why they're not doing it. I was thinking, why is Chris not answering my questions till I realized my live stream was 20 minutes behind. Ha ha. Weird guy not answering. Yeah. What was I saying? So in my experience when I drive my ID.3 is not that I look when the charging speed is dropping, and the reason is that right now I only charge at IONITY. When I would be in Norway, there's a charger every few kilometers, and then I do it like that. I just charge whenever I'm under 10%, and I charge whenever the charging speed goes too low and go to the next one. But right now the chargers that I used were all IONITY, and it was 180 kilometers, 107, 159, 130, and then 70 to my destination. And so what I did, the first time I just drove it down to 10% or so, and then I charged range because I was driving the speed that I want to drive in this day. So my range gasometer was pretty accurate, and I charged the range that I need plus 40 kilometers. And it worked every time on this trip, there and back. And I always, when I noticed, my margin, that's why I was talking about margin in the video, in my live stream the whole time. When the margin is going, it's getting lower, so less kilometers of margin, I was just driving a tiny bit slower or turned the heat down or whatever. And if it stayed the same, that I was on course, and if it got higher, I increased my speed. That's how, but it never got higher, I think. Never happened. And this worked very well for me. Especially I was driving in the dark, always heat, and mostly above 100, well, I would say always above 130 kilometers to 140. And then I just drove and saw if the margin is getting lower or not, but not just for a minute if it's going uphill. So really, I'm 70 kilometers to the next charger. I only have 15 kilometers of margin. Okay, let's slow down a bit just to be safe. That's what I did. Oh my God, so much text. Yeah, that's true. I'm 47, never driven EV, and I still like the kilowatt on the screen. Yes, and we know it from other cars, so keep it. I did see my first EV. I'm not an EV person. I hate 5 kilometers per minute. Yeah, I still don't know if it changes with your range. So is this always the same, or when you have extreme high consumption, the gasometer is the range is low? Because you're using so much, does it then say 5 kilometers per minute? I still don't know. I think so. Your question didn't look. Your Björn is rude when you're trying to be nice. Come on, don't be so mad. Björn is amazing. Do you have discount coupon to give me to buy ID.4? No, I do not. Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to do the kilowatt option, and we will push and tell them every time. But again, I totally forgot. Me2 Software, have you seen in my video, now has the reset button of the since start and since and long term. You have it in the screen like it should be. Yay, they did something right. Do you hear that, by the way, here? Sorry. Horrible hair. When Björn is away, Darren take care of wifey. Oh my God, it's getting sexual again. Yes, and that was it for the talk with Thomas Ulbrich. Now let's talk about how the ID.4 was. So overall, there will be a video of everything. There will be video of me driving. There will be, like I said, augmented reality head-up display. There will be a video of overview of the car. There was something else. Wasn't there more? I can't remember. I did a lot. So no Hoff. No. Whoa, now you're really late. I said that really 20 minutes ago. I would also like state of charge in instrument screen. That's true. I would want that too. And someone here sent me an email with a picture where you see percent state of charge and range at 67% or so in the instrument classes. I don't know if this is correct or if it was photoshopped or whatever. He sent it to me. Who knows? Maybe it's just for the Chinese market. I have no idea. 6, 5 and 4 kilometers, 51 kilometers showing speed. I've tested it. Sometimes it is 40 kilometers charging. Complete unclear and inconsistent. Do you think then maybe, Marcus, it is about your current gasometer, how it thinks, how much energy you use at the moment? So maybe your consumption right now was high, and then you get 4 kilometers per minute, and sometimes you get 6 when your consumption is low. How much better is piano black on ID.4? It's the same. The middle thing was piano black. The to open the door inside, you know, where your hand, whatever, was piano black, and you see the fingerprints right away. It's horrible. That's why I have the white interior and outside as well. But ID.4. So what I really loved are the door handles outside to open the door and to open the door inside. So it's an electric mechanism. It's not mechanical like in the ID.3, and it goes very soft and it works very nicely. Not like with the Model 3, you can feel, you do it, and then it takes a millisecond, something happens, and then you can open the door with the button. Here it's really instantly, and it feels different. You can feel that you don't mechanically do anything, but it feels nice. I like that. I looked at under the bonnet in the front, and it's extremely empty, more than in the ID3. 202 watching, 58 likes, please press the like button, people, please. Yeah, I always say that, but in the end, I don't even know if it does anything. It's a live stream. Nobody watches it at the end afterwards. When the live stream is over, whoever watches this afterwards is weird. I said it. Especially a long one, like the 7 hours driving to Wolfsburg. And so the doors were, like I said, the bonnet is really, favorite band is ABBA. It's really empty. It looks like it's the same in there as in my ID3, but there's more space. The hood is then better because it doesn't have the black thing that the ID3 has, that design feature. It doesn't have that at all. The roof is not black because it's panoramic roof. The trunk is amazing to open electric. It's a bit slow, so I would prefer to it manually and just have it open. It's so I would prefer the, no, I said ID4, not ID3, Jill. I would prefer a manual thing. But I tried it has the movement with the leg when you have your hands full, that it will open, and it worked the first try, and it works when the car is not unlocked as well, but you have to have the key in your pocket, otherwise it doesn't work. The trunk is extremely big. I know that the ID3 has 380 liters of trunk, or 385, and ID4 has 500 something, 520. I can't remember, but it is deeper, and then it has the second door underneath, 2 lights on each side, so one light on each side, and a 12-volt battery outlet there as well. The middle screen, like I said, infotainment system is bigger. The seats in the back are wider. That's why they said you can put 3 child seats in there, 2 with the, I don't know what the technology is there, the standard for baby seats. I don't have kids, but 2 of those, and then a normal one, and you can put another one of those, whatever they said it, I can't remember, in the front as well. So you can have 4 babies in the car if you want to, and still a lot of space in the back. Also, what was very nice in the ID4 Max was the 3-zone climate. So you have the 2-zone as the ID3 as Isofix, thank you. The 2-zone as in my ID3, but then you have a third zone in the back with temperature, and you also have in the middle here in the back you have air vents under the seats, I think, as well, and then those in the middle. So that was cool. Yeah, Android Auto looked great on the big screen. It's a bigger screen that the ID3 has, but it's just bigger, but everything else also got bigger. And then Stefan from Next Move said it looks a bit like for old people, because now the tiles are really big. They could have made them 30% smaller and put more in there, but they decided for that, so no need for that, but it was just more space. It's okay. The interior, the seats are way different. The material that they used in front, where I don't care, where people complained about the ID3, I don't care. It looks better, but I don't care if it's plastic or not. But it's in the ID4, it's not. The seats were nice, they looked nice and felt nice. No complaints about that. The ID4 Max has memory seats, 2 memories, and then a massage function. That was nice. Electric adjustable, of course. Also the map. Yes, the map is not on the full screen for Android Auto. To the left part where you have clock, outside temperature, 4G, and then your climate view that you have in the ID3 and the ID4 stays the same, and the rest is then Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. Really well done, and with the home button that you always have in the ID3 and ID4, you can then always go out. And when you press Android Auto, you're back in again. It really worked nice. Listening tool needs louder rear speakers. I didn't test the music. I totally forgot. I wanted to, but I'm pretty sure it's the same speakers as in the ID3, just two mores that I have because I don't have speakers in the back. So I'm pretty sure it's the same. So you only hate on ID.4 because it's no, I get two more that I have to talk about. The middle console is free. There's a bit of space in underneath. You can put stuff, but there's nothing but net or anything. So I don't know what's this is for exactly, but just a design choice, I guess. Head-up display will be a video. The new augmented reality head-up display is amazing. I get the feeling ID.4 is better value than ID.3. Thoughts? Yeah, this will come in a second. Don't worry about that. So the head-up display was awesome. Then it has the big panoramic roof that I would not want. I'm sorry, I want it dark up here. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's nice for the people sitting in the back, but for me as a driver, I don't need it at all. So I had it open the whole time. I didn't notice it. So it wasn't not like me, my God, it's bright in here, or it's nice, and well, maybe it has to be a sunny day. I don't know. But for me, that didn't do anything. Do you think consumption disappointing? No, because in the ID.3 Pro S, the consumption was also not very amazing. I think overall ID cars don't have an amazing consumption, even with the heat pump. And it was cold, I had the heat on, winter tires, and it has big wheels. For those big wheels, I think consumption, so when you get the 21-inch wheels, after sharing your video on Reddit, lots of people are disappointed about range. Yeah, that's always the problem when you give testers like me a car in the winter. When you do it in June and it's 20 degrees out there, then of course you get a very good range, and then people are, wow, that's a great car. And then when you get the car in winter and you test it and you get 250 kilometers at 130, then they're disappointed. I think it's okay. I'm okay with my car that has in the winter at 90 kilometers an hour, not even 300 kilometers of range. So I'm okay with mine, but that's okay. Panoramic glass in cold winter, yeah. Where was I? Yeah, the eye is the same. Like I said, panoramic roof, I didn't feel. The seats, I didn't feel better than my ID.3, but they felt okay. The control is the exact same thing. But now we come to some things that I don't like about the ID.4 at all, and that's why I like my ID.3 better. And it's almost the same as with the Pro S. The 77 kilowatt hour battery is awesome when it comes to charging and range. So 126 kilowatt, and next move even saw 130 for a few seconds. That's amazing charging speed, and you saw my charging curve compared Pro S and my car. So 77 and 58 kilowatt hour battery. It's the same curve, just everything is higher. A kilowatt charging, so of course you charge more range into the car. You have a higher consumption with the big battery, but not that much higher that you can charge. So it is a better car for long distance driving. They only saw 129 because they activated. Oh, that's true. I totally forgot. In the Me2 software, you get a different feature, and that's heating from the charger. Right now, in the ID.3 with not Me2 software, when you're charging and you get 100 kilowatt, and then you turn on the heater full, and let's say it takes 3 kilowatt, then only 97 go into the battery. With the Me2 update, 100 kilowatt go into the battery, but you charge 103. So the heating comes from the charger, it doesn't get away from the charging speed for your battery. That's true, that's why they got 129. That's true, that's it. So it's not the charging speed, they had the heat on. Without heating, when the car is off, you get 126 and then it goes down. The same as with the ID.3 Pro S that I tested in, when was it, October? Yeah, in October. Yeah, so the charging curve should be the same. Yeah, totally forgot about that. Sorry. If you need range and charging speed, get the big battery in the ID.3 and in the ID.4. And by the way, ID.4 you can get with 52 kilowatt hours, not 58, and the 77 kilowatt hours. And that gives you 300 and 450 kilometers of range, I think, or 520. And then you can, WLTP range. And then you can have 3 motors, because there will be 8 different versions that you can buy. I think that's already online. And it goes from motors from 109, 125, and 150 kilowatt. And this, so you have to think what you want. But what I noticed with the big battery and being an SUV, and like people said, it's even almost 200 kilometers heavier than the ID.3 Pro S, and the Pro S is heavier than my ID.3. It's not as agile when driving into a corner. I felt that the regen feels less, because you need you get the same regen as with my ID.3, but it's a heavier car, and therefore regen feels a tiny bit less. And the worst it was for me, acceleration is not good. ID.4 first edition max acceleration is 8.5 seconds from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. That's 1.2 seconds more than my car, and ID.3 is not a sporty car, but 8.5 seconds. It accelerates, it's okay, but it's very undramatic, and with the not agile feeling that I just said, when you're driving in a corner and the regen is a bit less, and with that acceleration. Oh, Rich is here! You just made a coffee and sitting back to listen to you. Good evening. Hey, Rich. Everything cool? Now I can see you a bit better. I always see you in the tiny telephone screen. You know I love everyone. And that's why for me, my ID.3 is better than the ID.4. Agile, regen, and regen not so much. It's not that big of a difference, but I could feel it. But it's agility. So in a corner, when you, not even when you go fast, just when you drive in a roundabout and everything, it just feels better in my ID.3. And then acceleration feels ID.3 is not a sporty car, but you can still accelerate and say, oh, that was nice. But in the ID.4 with 8.5, it was it's okay, it's fine, but no. I'm sorry, that's not good for me anymore. When the all-wheel drive version comes out, it has a 150 kilowatt motor in the back and 75 in the front. That could be interesting again, and would be amazing if at some point they would decide to put it in ID.3. That would be very interesting, but they don't plan on it, so I don't think that's it. Sorry. Yes, and that's my the richest rich on the live stream. Yes. Guess you need to drink something or you will run out of electrolytes. Over 85 minutes of great talking. Thank you, Mark. I'm dying here. 85 minutes, really. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's a lot of talking. Yeah, that's what I do. And so that's why for me, overall, I don't need the space. ID.4 is huge. When you stand in front of it, against the ID.3, it's huge. It's higher, it's longer. It looks better in the front, I have to say that. I like the ID.4 better in the front, especially with the drone shots that I made, where I'm standing beside it. Not the cover photo here. On this picture, you can see that it's higher. But just this part here on the motor where it doesn't have the black on the motor, on the hood where the black thing is not there. Yeah, that looks better. Also the maybe the eyes looks better, the lights. But like I said, SUV is not my thing, and I don't need that much space. The 3-zone thing I don't need. What else? The bigger trunk I don't need. I think ID.3 trunk is amazing. Do you think it will be a success in the States? Of course, because they love big cars. And yes, an ID.4, ID.5, if it's even bigger. I don't see a bathrobe. What's going on? I said it in the beginning. It's 17 degrees in here. I don't need a bathrobe. I can get it just for you, Darren. You have to, why? I could be mean and say, if you donate something, I get the rope. No, don't do it. It was a joke. Stop it. Yeah, for me, SUV, the size, it doesn't have, yes, it has better materials to look at and maybe to feel, but it's on places where I don't need it. So in the ID.3, I'm totally comfortable with the materials that I touch and that I have to deal with. And I have my elbows on it. And ID.4 has memory seats maybe, but again, I love electric, the electric trunk door, and I love electric seats. Just to think it's electric, but for me it's mostly too slow. So to close a trunk or to open a trunk, that you have to wait, or when you put your seat up or down. I don't do it too often. That's what you should have ordered there. That's true. Oh God, we want bathrobe now. Okay, I get it. In a second, it's just too slow. It's and with mechanical, it's done. So I get the bathrobe. Okay, freak out. Yeah. Complain. Here we go. Bathrobe it is. Yeah, and I said it in the picture too. Bathrobe edition, eh? Let's close the door. I saw people swimming in the seas in Portugal yesterday. Yeah. It's, what is it? 3 degrees here. Pay, get your bathrobe. You don't pay, it's fine. Oh, what does it say here, by the way? Oh, here. I can't read that. What does it say? Superior? Does it say superior on there? Oh my God. Okay. Oh God, that's funny. That's gonna Europe for sure. Yeah. So I think Skoda Enyaq will be the same when it comes to acceleration. Just the interior will look different. So region, how it drives, how it accelerates will be exactly the same, and I think that's boring unless it's an all-wheel drive. Oh. Yeah. So it drives nice. Not saying anything about the ID.4. It looks nice, and if you need the space, if you have 200 kids, if you need that much space, it's an awesome car. And with the big battery, it charges amazing, and the range is, I think, okay. But Michael Schmidt has a cam for his carpet slippers. You need one for the bathrobe. But how would I do it? You can see it now. But it was a good idea for Michael. Yeah, I was in contact with him a few times if we do a test with his Kona and the ID.3, but it was just too far. It was just too far to do a little test that I thought nobody would be interested in. Yeah, switches. Yeah, if you need that, then get it. What hotel did you steal that from? No, I bought it in the store here in not far away. 200 kids in Beira, is it average? Yeah, almost. Around that. We have to see what. Ooh, oh yeah, that's something different. That's what I paid. Where are we with subscribers? I have to see. We are at 9,642. So 358 to go. Come on, we can do that in 18 days with the videos that are coming. So far, every ID.4 video is being received very well. The ID.4 Max winter consumption has 14,367 views. How many dislikes? Let's look. 12 dislikes. That's okay. And my Me2 Software video has 7,200 views. And there are 3 other videos already online. Haha. How I got to the media drive, then ID.3, ID.4 head-up display, and ID.4 overview. And I will make another video about driving the ID.4. Yukiteki was never banned. I never did it. By Björn too. But I did it by mistake. Hey, Wolf is here. I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on? Just in the back? Bring us the Porsche video and you will hit the 10K. I don't think so. I think Porsche Taycan is totally out. The same as I would get now Model S Raven performance. Nobody will care. That's overdone. I think that ID.4 has more impact. And I will ask Volkswagen, of course, if I can have an ID.4, when I can have an ID.4 to test here, to bring it home and test it for Rockobi test and what I said, 1,000-kilometer challenge, or ID.3 Pro S 1,000-kilometer challenge. I want to do that. I think we can get under 11 hours with the by mistake. We can get under 11 hours with the ID.3 Pro S with the big battery. I think so. If Volkswagen should decide to increase charging speed, would you be upset if they bring it only for new models, even if the hardware does not change? They would not do that. I really don't think so. They already said that, what was it? Oh, that for example, plug-in charge, if it comes, it's a software thing, the car can do it. And they really wanted to make the hardware the way that if they find something software in a few years, that the hardware of the ID.3 can still use it. To a limit, of course. So that is okay. No, just jump into a Taycan. You will smile day by day, except while looking onto the bank account. Of course, I will smile. I would love to drive the Taycan, but I don't think that a lot of people would be interested in watching it. I mean, I will do acceleration and normal range tests. I prefer Taycan to ID.4 because you have an ID.3, but the market for ID.4, for example, in the States is huge. Option on ID.4 for faster loading, like e-tron or ENIAC. What does that mean for faster charging? No. You get 11 kilowatt AC and 125 on the big battery and 100 on the small battery. I prefer Bugatti Chiron. That's true. I prefer that. No, I would drive a Chiron for. I would love to drive that once. That would be fun. But I would also be scared to drive with a 3 million euro car if I do something. Ugh. Yeah. I think that's it for today. I think we talked about everything. What's coming next few days? I think on Tuesday, maybe even tomorrow. The next ID.4 video. Like I said, there will be 4 more videos in the next week or so. Maybe the next 2 weeks. If it's not via Bluetooth, it's via Wi-Fi. And it showed me at Android Auto you can connect via Wi-Fi, and then I connected to that Wi-Fi, and then it wanted a password, and I didn't know what the password was. It didn't say anything. So I don't know if it doesn't work or it just did not have the password. You have to test Mach-E. I would love that. I contacted Ford a few times, and they always said it would come in the new year. Did you scratch the ID.4? No, but I almost was in an accident. I really was. It was my fault again. When testing ENIAC, tasty donuts in Prague? Well, if I can ever go to Prague again. Oh no, stupid Corona crap here. Yeah. But no fireworks this year. In Germany they cancelled fireworks. You're not allowed to buy fireworks this year. Yay! And you say, what the hell? Why you hate this? Because I have 2 dogs and a cat, and they freak out when the stupid fireworks go off. You need to do collab with Next Move & Co. You will help us reach 10K fast. They don't want to. I always ask them, and they always change the subject, so I gave up. I really gave up. Yeah, I will be like Björn and do not do any collaborations unless I need them. No, said it today. I read it. Read it today in Germany. From Wednesday on, when the big lockdown is starting, no fireworks in Germany. Yeah, a few idiots will always do that. It's just stupid, huh? It costs money, it's gone in 2 seconds, and all the animals are scared. I don't hate that. But not to buy them, so if you have inventory, then it is allowed. Yeah, who has inventory from last New Year's? And I think it's about that people don't meet up and do something. So on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, that they don't meet up and drink and party, and this would be another thing with the rich and famous. Am I not rich and famous? I thought I am the one. I do a call up with myself. Why is their hair standing away from me? I don't know. Cost 30k a set. Yeah. And it's cheaper than the Veyron. The Veyron. This is how it is. It's French. They send up firework in daylight. Okay. Oh my. Okay. That's stupid. Well, I thought Germany is then on lockdown, and well, we are far away from. Well, we have Austria. But that's stupid. Why can you not allow Germany? You should not allow to set them off. But it's already helping that they're not selling them. Stop ignoring Marty. What is Marty saying? Are more comments coming up? Chill. What's Marty saying? Did I miss the picture? I didn't even know if I still have the picture, I'm honest. I looked at the picture and that was it. Did I keep it? I delete emails all the time. That's what I do. True, Bugatti is French. That's true. I have... I have Jürgen's one. See? Maybe I deleted it. I'm not good. Yeah, I think I did. I'm sorry, Marty. I'm horrible. I looked at it, I think I deleted it then. I don't keep stuff. Electronic fireworks. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Okay. I think we're going to bed. What do you say? Oh no, this is still Bugatti is German. Yeah, but it's the core is still French. Just bought by Volkswagen. Okay, that's it. Yeah, doesn't mean firework. But if people don't buy it, then mostly likely they don't shoot it anyways. When the government buys it and fires it, that's true. Okay, I hope that around here in a kilometer radius, nobody is firing fireworks. That's what I would like to. Okay. I'm leaving, going to bed. It's 9 p.m. and I think my throat is weird from talking for German. Still for 2 hours. What are you doing for EVs 2021? What I am doing for them? I will present them if they give me some. Go off to earn some money instead. Yeah, he deserves it more. I'm horrible. I know. Okay, you all take care. Be safe. We see each other in some videos and maybe next Sunday another live stream. Next week I have to do next weekend the Metron cables that I got. Maybe I do them during the week. I don't know yet. Maybe I get the update, Me2 update. I doubt it though. Now with the whole shutdown. Yeah, fireworks is stupid. Okay, you all take care. Bye.